¿Cómo estamos? Aquí estamos en otra entrevista del podcast y el día de hoy tengo el gran placer de estar acá con nuestro CEO y mentor David IMONITIE. Yo voy a estar haciendo las preguntas en inglés y al final vamos a estar teniendo traducción en todo el podcast. Hay traducción abajo para que lo puedan entender. And if you're watching this and you speak English, you will understand everything. Así que vamos directo al podcast y primero vamos a tomar el shot de Alive. You already took it, right?
Yes, I'll take another one though.
Oh, let's go. Otro shot. Let's go.
It's good, huh?
David, oh, amazing. I love it. Well, first of all, David, thank you very much. You know, for us to have the opportunity to be here speaking. I will be here. We have been here in Houston for a day, 2 days, and it's incredible how your mind can expand, right? And well, tell us, how many years do you have in the industry?
You know, Danilo, thank you for having me on your incredible podcast here. And it's been 20 years.
Wow.
20 years that I've been in network marketing.
Wow.
I was 21 years old when I found this incredible industry, completely transformed my life.
Wow. And how was your start? Like, how do you see the industry?
Yeah. You know, a lot of times people are very skeptical about
Yeah.
network marketing. I wasn't. I was too broke to be skeptical. So I fell in love with the concept of helping someone else get what they wanted, and in return, I would get what I wanted. But I didn't have any monetary success for almost 5 years.
5 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So when I see people like yourself, and but you went through some tough times first before you had great success. So, but a lot of people today, their first year, 2 years, 3 years, you know, they're making 6. We even see people make 7 figures.
Yeah.
But that's not typical. You know, it took me 5 years, 5 long, hard years,
Wow.
before I was able to make my first $100,000.
And why do you think, because it's important and I want to get to the questions so people can really learn, why do you think for those, because some people may say, well, it's the process, right?
Yes.
But why do you think was it that you weren't succeeding as fast as you wanted to?
Yeah. Well, I mean, the truth is that it is a process. You know, success and failure is part of the journey in order to reach the goals that you have. And when I first started, I had to learn. I had to grow. I had to develop. I had to learn the skill sets. I had to practice the skill sets. But the biggest thing that changed for me was when I understood the mentality of a winner and how to actually create that mentality. Once I did that, that's when it really started to really take off.
Well, and how do you create that mentality?
Well, there's several things that you have to do. And number one is you have to recognize that that is the main thing. You know, a lot of people think that the main thing is the how-tos.
Yeah.
How do I prospect? How do I present? You know, and those things are important, but you have to realize that it's your thoughts, your thinking, your words, your visualization, your emotions. When you understand that aspect of success, that's when things start to happen. But to answer your question, number one, I had to change my environment. I had to change, an environment has a lot to do with pictures.
Okay.
So I started to put things around me that I wanted. So I wasn't seeing my current life anymore. All right. And if you think pictures don't work, this is a little joke, but put a picture of the devil in your house and see what happens in 90 days. All right. I mean, pictures work. They create an environment. They create a feeling. And then I had to change my associations. I had to change the people that I was spending time with, people that I was communicating with. I started communicating with people that had my solutions versus people that had my problems.
Wow.
All right. And then here's a big one: information, personal self-development. I became fanatical about personal self-development. So I started studying books on the power of belief, and I started studying books on leadership and how to grow as a leader.
That's great, because actually yesterday you told me the things that you gotta promote in your group is belief, increasing belief, and also leadership, and that's the things that you always speak about. One of the things that you said was associations, right? How can a person really understand the importance? Because I see a lot of people in network marketing, they continue to hang up to hang in with their friends and everything because they're funny, because it's entertaining to them. Most of the people go out with people and spend time with people that entertain them instead of, making them grow.
Yeah.
What advice can you tell them for them to really understand it?
Well, it all depends on what your goals are. If you've got big goals, you're going to make the necessary adjustments that you need to make. But if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a destination, if you don't have a dream, if you don't have a vision, then you're going to be very casual about your associations. And, in the very beginning, I couldn't go to a Tony Robbins event because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't go to a John C. Maxwell event because I couldn't afford it. But I associated with them through their audios, through their videos. Association is all about communication, right? If I'm associating with you, it means that you're communicating with me and I'm communicating with you. Well, I had nothing to say. They had everything to say. So I didn't need to talk. I just need to listen. So for years and years and years, I associated with Tony Robbins. I associated with John C. Maxwell. I associated with the greats, the Zig Ziglars and the Les Browns and, all those individuals. And now today, John Maxwell is a good friend of mine.
Wow.
All right. But it was decades of associating with him before I even met him in order for him to actually become a mentor and a friend of mine today.
Wow. That's amazing. You can see the pictures in the social media. You actually went with him to Guatemala, you were telling me yesterday, right? And to Monaco, something like that.
Paris, France.
Wow, that's crazy. And what do you think people fail then in network marketing? Because they don't control those things? Like if you can say, this is the most common reason why people don't make it in network marketing or in any business, what would you say is the reason?
The truth is everybody's going to fail. Everyone fails. I still fail today. I fail every single day. But I have patience. That's why a lot of people become failures because they don't take the failings of life, they take it as a finality. No, it's a stepping stone.
Yeah.
So when you understand that success and failure are the same and they're one coin, one's heads, one's tails, but you need both sides, right? If I gave you a coin today and both sides were heads, you would know it was a counterfeit. If I gave you a coin today and both sides were tails, you would know it was a counterfeit. But if I gave you a coin and one side was heads and the other side was tails, you would say, okay, this is an authentic coin because that's how life is. It's never all blue skies, right? And it's never all thunderstorms. It's both. So how do you handle both? And that's where most people lose out in winning because they lack the patience. They lack the consistency. I would say those are probably two of the biggest reasons why most people fail is that they're impatient with the process and they lack the consistency of doing the boring, mundane things every single day in order to develop. We were in the gym today, right?
Yeah, I was tired.
Right? And so I have to be in the gym 4 or 5 days a week in order to have the body that I want. And when I do it for 90 days, Danilo, my body looks great. I feel amazing. But when I fall off and I don't go for a week and I don't go for 2 weeks, guess what? I can feel the difference. It's the same way in success. People have to be consistent and they have to be patient because you're not going to see the muscles right away. It's going to take time, right? You're not going to have the body that you want after week 1 or month 1 in the gym.
Wow. So patience and consistency, right? And maybe you that are watching this, maybe you're not failing. Maybe you just have to wait a little bit, continue to work to then succeed. How do you develop that patience? Because when one has that mentality of a winner, or at least we have goals, we want to grow, I want to get to this rank, I want to get to this income level. How do you, I don't know if it's with pictures and the same, but how do you develop that patience?
Yeah. Patience is not, I'm just going to wait for it to happen. Patience is moving, constantly moving without losing any enthusiasm. So I constantly take action without losing any enthusiasm. That's what patience really is. I heard Michael Jordan say this. He said, I know that I will become what I know I am. Wow. I know I will become what I know I am. So think about it this way. If you were hungry, I could give you a banana, or I can give you a microwave meal, that would take 2 minutes, 3 minutes to warm up, and you would eat right away, right? But what if I said, listen, Danilo, I know you're hungry right now, but I'm going to get my chef to make a 5-course meal. That 5-course meal is going to take a little bit longer, right, than the 2-minute microwave dinner or the banana that I gave you. Does that make sense? So which one do I want?
Yeah.
Do I want the 2-minute meal or do I want the 5-course meal? See, what I'm patient for is so much greater than what I can get right now. I'm willing to wait on it. I'm willing to be patient. I'm willing to be consistent for it.
Wow. I hope you're taking notes or something, because this that phrase that you spoke about, Michael Jordan, that's amazing. David, so you had 5 years, right? Not a lot of success. How do you make that jump to 6 and then 7 and then 8 figures?
And this is what you were talking about how did I stay hungry, you know, even after success. And it's constantly dream building.
Yeah.
You know, that's what you're doing this weekend. You know, coming here and spending a couple days with me, it is creating a burning desire for more. You already have a great lifestyle. You know, you're already driving nice cars, living in a nice home, and things are going great. You're earning great income. But you say, you know what, there's another level that I can go to. So what you have to do is you have to experience the next level before you get there. So what it does is it creates this desire, it creates this hunger. So I did that. When I got to 100,000, you know, I was very happy. You know, it was the most money I'd ever made in my life. But I was around people that were making 100,000 a month. So it made it very difficult for me to be comfortable at $100,000 a year, right? And then when I got to $100,000 a month, I was around people that were making $500,000 a month. So it made it very difficult. So associations, again, does matter if you're going to continuously press it to the next level. You know, yesterday I had a chance to run into the owner of a multi-billion-dollar network marketing company. And I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to spend time with her. I asked her if she can coach me, she can mentor me. Why? Because I know the power of associations. I want to associate with someone that's done what it is that I'm looking to do. You know, they've owned the company for 30 plus years, done $11 billion in sales. And, you know, we're, you know, a small company right now with a big vision, but guess what? There's another level. Let me get close to that next level. And it increased my belief system, just that short period of time, because she's human and I'm human. So if she can do it, then I can do it too.
Yeah. I want you to really think about this. Like, if David is still dream building, still, you know, making it happen, and still looking for associations that will make him grow, what are you doing right now? I want you to really think about that and really expand your vision and expand your hunger. David, what do you think is top 5 characteristics of a good leader in network marketing?
Yeah.
What would you say?
Man, there's so many though, right? There's a whole lot more than 5.
Yeah.
But my top 5, I would say, is I look for someone that has a tremendous amount of character. And character really is seen by what they have experienced in the past, right? Have they been able to go through tough times, and have they been able to overcome those tough times? Integrity is a big one. A positive mental attitude, that's huge. I would say that's maybe at the top of the list, right? Because you can't win unless you have the right mindset, unless you have the right mentality. So positive mental attitude. And then number 4 is they have to have incredible work ethic. In order to produce, your work ethic has to be there. So if you're lazy, more than likely network marketing's not for you. You know what I mean? It's a business that requires a tremendous amount of consistency, a tremendous amount of work ethic. And then last but not least is, do you have a pleasing personality? Do you have the ability to get along with people? Do you have the ability to tell the truth, but do it in love, right? Do you have great relationships, right? Are you able to communicate effectively? These are all, you know, factors that I think are very, very important for someone to succeed in this industry.
Wow. What would you say are 5 books so people can really develop those characteristics and belief and leadership?
Yeah.
What are the top 5 so people can start?
You know, for me, it was Think and Grow Rich.
Think and Grow Rich.
Magic of Believing. It was The Stranger's Secret. It was, I'm going to give you more than 5.
All right.
It was The Science of Getting Rich.
Awesome book, yeah.
So those 4 built my belief system. right?
Okay.
Outside of the Bible was a huge part of my belief system, more so than these other 4 books. But those 4, from a circular standpoint, those are the 4. Leadership books, the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. All the books on leadership are John C. Maxwell.
Yeah, he's the best.
Developing the leader within you.
Yeah.
Developing leaders around you. And then the 5 levels of leadership.
Okay.
I just gave you, I guess, 9 books.
Yeah. Well, I hope you're taking notes. Go listen. Go, right now you can listen to audiobooks, right?
Oh, yeah, and this one too, right here.
Oh, this one. We have actually like 2 in Costa Rica. So
in Spanish.
These ones are great. Yeah, en Español, in Spanish. These ones are great. I have never read these, actually.
Yeah, this was actually my first one. So this one was on audio. I did this audio in 2011.
Okay.
It was my first year of earning over $1 million because I said to myself I was never going to put out any material until I earned and I'd proven that it worked. And so we turned it into a book, but it's actually an audio. We turned it into a book, and Conceive, Believe, and Achieve. It's extremely, extremely powerful. Oh, look, chapter 7, your belief system, right there.
Chapter 7.
Right.
Perfect number.
Yeah.
Chapter.
Yeah.
I will read that for sure.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can have this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're experiencing a gift. Thank you.
I'll sign it.
Yeah, you have to sign it for sure.
No doubt. I got you.
So you'll see me reading this one. Amazing. Thank you, David.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
David, one thing that I want to ask you, because I have seen so many leaders in network marketing, well, a few leaders in network marketing. I have 8 years of experience in the industry. But some reach a level of success, then something happened. Maybe they lost their hunger, maybe their company did some stuff, or their upline, or them do whatever.
Yeah.
They fall off, right? And sometimes they are afraid, or I don't know, to build it again, right?
Yeah.
To get up and say, hey, if I build it once, maybe I can do it twice.
Yeah.
What advice will you tell them?
Well, I love this because I was there. 2011 I made 1.4 million. 2012 I made 2.2 million. Life was great.
Yeah.
2013 comes around. I set a goal to make 5 million. My income goes backwards. 1.7. The next year it goes to 1.1. The next year it goes to 650. The next year it goes to 300.
And you can feel it.
Oh my God, you can feel it. Whew. But here's what happened. I decided to forget about who I was, and I created someone that didn't exist. What happens with leaders that have had success in the past, and maybe they're afraid to do it again, or they don't believe they can do it again, or they're struggling to do it again, is because they're holding on to who they were. They're holding on to that 10 grand a month they were making. They're holding on to that 100 grand a month they were making. Life was so good, and man, they start beating up on themselves of, man, I could have done better with my money, or man, the company did this, or my upline, and they start playing the blame game versus saying, let me create a whole new future. And that's what I did. I created a whole new future saying, hey, listen, I'm going to make 5 million. I'm going to make 20 million. Hey, I'm going to be worth $1 billion. So now I made my goals so big that yesterday died. I no longer think about who I was. I'm thinking about who I'm becoming.
That is so amazing because I see a lot, and you can see it in the conversation.
Yeah.
You're talking with them, and they're a lot about, I remember, or they see memories in their phone about 1 year ago or 5 years. Oh, yeah, I used to do this, or I used to be that.
Yeah.
And all I think is, for example, yesterday, someone was checking like the back office, and he told me like he see it like every hour, refresh the back office. And I told him, that's why you're not making 10 times more, because you're just seeing what you're making right now.
Right.
And I showed them a screenshot of that I have in my background of like 10 times more than I'm making right now. So that's what I'm seeing every day. And even me, I struggle with that, but create a big vision so yesterday dies.
There you go.
Amazing. What do you think were your hardest times in network marketing? Or maybe you think about this time or that time that you learn a big lesson for you to continue to grow.
Yeah. The biggest lesson you're going to learn in this journey is patience. Patience is the seed for faith. If I have faith, it's because I'm patient. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because what happens is we want it right now, right? You want to be at $500,000 a month right now. But if you now start moving into frustration and being impatient, you don't attract what it is that you want. So it's a daily battle of staying happy and staying grateful, regardless of what it looks like right now. Keeping that vision in front of you of where it is that we're going. We're going to positively impact the lives of 1 billion people. And yesterday we were in a think tank, and man, I saw it. I saw the plan, how we're actually going to do it, and we're going to execute it. So now it's a matter of I've got to be patient, continuously work on myself to develop the person that I need to become in order to impact 1 billion people. Does that answer your question?
Absolutely. Patience.
Yeah.
And I imagine that you say that because maybe in the beginning you were very impatient.
Of course.
Maybe you
I've had moments recently where I was impatient. So,
Really?
Oh, absolutely. You're human, but you know, how quickly do you snap out of it?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be impatient and have a bad day. I can be impatient for a moment, right? A few minutes, maybe an hour, but I'm not gonna allow it to just, stack, right? I want to stack good days. I want to stack good weeks and good months and good years, and that's how you do that. So you can have a bad moment, you just can't have a bad day.
Yeah, John Maxwell speaks about, I don't know how you say in English, but in Spanish it's la capacidad de recuperación, like your capacity of getting back, right? Like
the bounce back.
The bounce back.
Yeah.
Some people is like a bad moment, bad week, bad month, bad year, right?
Bad decade.
Bad life. But you're like, bad moment, it's just 5 minutes. And then maybe I'm impatient right now, maybe I wanted to earn more, but let it go and just focus on the future.
Absolutely.
Awesome. What have been one of your better moments that you had in network marketing?
Yeah. My greatest moments are still ahead of me, right? But what I've experienced in the past has been the greatest is watching people like you succeed, right? Watching people, leaders develop and grow and live the life that they want to live. The amount of people that we've been able to play a small part in them becoming, 6-figure earners, 7-figure earners, and some even 8-figure earners, that's been the biggest, success or biggest feeling, greatest feeling that I've had being in this industry of network marketing.
So it's always about other people, right? That's what
it is. It is. I mean, listen, you're going to be taken care of, right?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. My life's a pretty great life, right?
I just watch
But
it.
but I've put that on the back burner, and I put other people's success on the front burner. And because I learned from Zig Ziglar, if you help enough people get what they want, you'll have everything that you want. So there's nothing that I am believing for that I know that I won't have, right? But the way that I will get there is how many people can we make a difference? And I believe when we impact 1 billion,
Yeah.
Amazing.
And that's how I wanted to close it out. What is next for David? Like, what are your goals? So maybe we will watch this podcast in 10 years and we will say, hey, everything, we did it.
Well, we're growing $1 billion company right now. We're 18 months in, we got over 50,000 people in the company. We put a plan together now over the next 3 years. We're going to put 1 million people in the company and 1 million customers, 1 million active customers that are purchasing $100 worth of products and services from us. It's $100 million a month. That's $1 billion, a $1.2 billion a year company. So that's what's going to happen over the next 10 years. I'm excited about it, pumped up about it. I see it. It's clear now. We have a plan, and that plan keeps evolving, keeps changing. God's bringing in the right people, the right situations, the right products, the right services. It's all happening, and people are now getting a chance to watch it. They're getting a chance to see belief work, right? Versus someone that teaches belief. I'm the person that teaches it, but also shows you how it works as well.
Yeah. And we will watch this podcast in 10 years, and we will know it's already done. And from those 1 million people, we will have 100,000 people.
Amen.
Thank you very much, David, for your time. I hope you enjoy it. I know you enjoy it. Rewatch it. Take some notes. Follow David. What's your Instagram, David, so they can see
My
it?
first and last name, David IMONITIE, IMONITIE. And make sure it has the blue check because I got a lot.
A lot of fakes.
There's a lot of fakes out there.
Thank you, David. I appreciate you, and see you again. Let's go.